All right. Think about this. There's a company right now, and actually for almost the past 2 years, this is a single company in the United States of America, as in their service is only for people in the United States of America. I'm talking, of course, about Square's Cash App right now, and ever since Q1 of 2018, is buying up 8% of the new supply of Bitcoin every quarter. And you can see, ever since Q1 of 2018, their sales of Bitcoin has gone up every quarter. Now, right now, they're buying up 8% in order to sell. That's their business model. That same percentage will double to 16% in the next 6 months. Actually, 188 days to be in fact. That's when Bitcoin has its halvening. That's when the supply flow will be cut in half, 12.5 to 6.25 in every block mined. That's just one US company. The halvening is not priced in. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. Of course, the reason you subscribe to our channel is for our daily videos, keeping you up to date on everything going on with Bitcoin, crypto, the whole market. Today, I want to talk to you about Russia. Russia wants your Bitcoin. Canada is bullish on Bitcoin. Some news coming off of the New York Stock Exchange and a bank that is very crypto friendly. All that and more in today's video. Make sure you like the video, support the channel, and let's get into it. So before we get to the Russia news, I actually, below this Reddit post here showing the Square's Bitcoin sales, I actually liked what this person had to say. He said, all I can think of is that there was 4 trillion in negative yielding debt last year. I think it's about 15 trillion right now. Bitcoin at a 1.8 trillion market cap is at a price of $100,000 per Bitcoin. I'm holding. Yeah, I agree with that. So before we check in on the price, and Bitcoin has taken a little bit of a dip, let's talk about what Russia is trying to do. Now, my question to Peter Schiff and everybody who thinks Bitcoin has no value, if Bitcoin has no value, why is Russia attempting to pass laws so that they're more able to seize your Bitcoin? And we'll get into the details. Check this out. Russian authorities are seeking legal means to confiscate virtual assets such as cryptocurrencies, as they already can with more traditional forms of property. In an effort to fight cybercrime, the Ministry of Internal Affairs intends to develop legislation allowing law agencies to force criminals to hand over ill-gotten digital gains, and wants proposals on the books by December 2021. So first of all, like I said, if Bitcoin has no value, why does Russia want it? What, is Russia in on the Ponzi? But besides that, this is actually a test of Bitcoin, because as you know, Bitcoin is, as I like to say, unconfiscatable. And really what that means is you can protect your Bitcoin so that it is unable to be seized. And the only way they could actually, if you protect it well enough, the only way they can get your Bitcoin is if they torture you and you give up your private keys or your password. So I wonder what these laws Putin and the KGB in Russia are trying to pass in order to seize your Bitcoin, but the point is they want it. This next story, before we get to the price of Bitcoin, is about Canada. Now, they're bullish on Bitcoin in a much more polite way than Russia is. So Canadians like Bitcoin more as a store of value. So this is a study that was conducted in Canada. Check this out. While Bitcoin and crypto market in the US remains unregulated and uncertain, it is worth remembering that many countries have a more positive and friendly stance towards these nascent and fledgling technologies. Canada, for example, seems to be much more friendly towards Bitcoin, which is why the country's central bank decided to conduct another survey and potentially conclude the citizens' attitude towards digital currencies. So I'm going to show you some of the results. One of the most notable discoveries is that around 5% of Canadians owned Bitcoin in 2018, which is a 2% increase from situations in 2016. Moving forward, those who admitted to owning Bitcoin were even asked about the amount of Bitcoin they own. A lot of people probably lied, but according to the survey, the majority, 87%, admitted to owning less than 1 Bitcoin. Around 9% stated they have between 1 to 10 Bitcoins, while the rest stated that they own over 10 Bitcoins. I wouldn't advertise that. Maybe it was an anonymous survey. However, while Bitcoin owners are still a minority in Canada, it turns out that the situation is much better in terms of awareness. The survey concluded that around 89% of Canadians know what Bitcoin is. Most of those familiar with cryptocurrencies are men, ages between 18 to 34, although other age groups are following close behind. Finally, perhaps the most interesting part of the survey includes information on why Canadians are so interested in Bitcoin. The reasons have changed over the years, and their main reason for ownership in 2016 was payment capabilities. But now the situation in 2018 changed significantly, and most people see Bitcoin as a store of value. In other words, Canadians believe that the benchmark crypto is a great long-term investment option. So, like I said in one of our videos prior, let me find it. It was this one, why I think you are underestimating Bitcoin. In this video, I talk about the narrative around Bitcoin is changing, and instead of a peer-to-peer payment, people are admitting and seeing Bitcoin as digital gold. And while there was a lot of friction in the last bull run with people saying, well, this is money? I mean, the fees are kind of high. It's slower than what I expected. This time, as digital gold, there's going to be a lot less tension. Canada is recognizing that. I think it's going to push Bitcoin even further in this next bull run. That's what I think. That was my opinion. Check out that video if you want to hear more on that. Now, before we get to the price of Bitcoin, let me quickly share a couple details of this story with you. We're not going to read the whole thing, but the point is this. There is a crypto-friendly bank, Silvergate Bank. They just went public on the New York Stock Exchange, and I just wanted to point these guys out as an ally in the space. The bank currently serves more than 750 firms in the crypto space, including exchanges, investors, and others, and this is a significant increase from March of 2019, where they served only 542 clients in the cryptocurrency space. So I wanted to point out Silvergate Bank, they just went public. They are an ally in this space. All right, without further ado, let's check in on the price of Bitcoin. You can see this bull flag, which everybody was looking at right here on the hour chart, has just broke to the downside. So we actually went from about 9,250 all the way down 5.8% to 8,700. So this bull flag broke down, seems to be catching a bit of support around the 8,600 mark. Now, I do want to point out on the monthly chart, in my opinion, it still looks rather bullish to me. This, to me, looks like a bull flag on the monthly chart, but we'll see. Now, as I just pointed out, in all these stories, Russia, Canada, Square's Cash App, everything, to me, points long-term bullish. So keep that in mind. And finally, let's finish off with two quick headlines. Number one, PayPal is set to cut off donations to right-wing YouTuber Stefan Molyneux following a social media divestment campaign. Now, I wanted to point this out because regardless how you feel about Stefan Molyneux, whether you listen to him or not, I personally don't, this is exactly what Bitcoin was made to do. They're trying to censor somebody who shares their opinion on YouTube, and they're trying to cut off his funding, and Bitcoin was made to circumvent things like PayPal. And finally, what I will leave you with is this. This is pretty interesting. This is actually for the past year, since November of 2018, people searching for Bitcoin have topped searches for Post Malone, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande. So you can actually look this up on Google Trends right now, and you will see this chart. Bitcoin is in blue, and as you can see, it regularly tops searches for these three of the most popular artists. Taylor Swift seems to have several peaks. Ariana Grande consistently up there. Post Malone near the bottom. But Bitcoin number one. All right, my friends. Make sure you like the video, support the channel, and I will see you tomorrow.
Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have a is bullish.